Hey, good morning. How is everyone out there today? Here's another day in the Pacific Northwest. And thank you for joining my continuing education today about using essential oils. My name's Diana Hinkle, and I'm here to help assist you in learning valuable information on essential oils. I was introduced to essential oils a number of years ago, and I couldn't believe how much they have changed my life, and I know that they can be of value to your life as well. And I am here to teach about the benefits of essential oils and why you would want to consider them in your lifestyle change in health and wellness. For me, I know that after leaving a long career in the dental world, that I pursued another career that is changing not only my life and others that I meet every day, but it's changing those around the world that I will never ever meet. And there's a reason for that, and it's super easy as well. Now, if you've been following me, you know that I love doTERRA essential oils. There are more than one reason why. And I guess the number one reason is the integrity of the company itself and how they are so in tune with wanting to help change lives around the globe. doTERRA is world renowned. They are the largest essential oil company in the world. And they did that within 5 years of opening the doors. Why are they, and why did they become the largest essential oil company in the world so quickly? My belief and the true facts is that there's an integrity with the product and servicing people, because that's truly what this is all about. What we should be doing is servicing one another and helping one another. How do you do that? Sometimes it's super easy to just go across the street and help someone, help a neighbor, right? Sometimes it's not that easy. And so when I purchase any products from doTERRA, I am helping change lives somewhere around the globe with the co-impact sourcing. Yeah, they have the certified pure therapeutic grade, or CPPG, but it's not just that. It's about how we as a whole can grab something that we know helps us, but in turn helps those that are somewhere else. That, to me, is so important, to know that you're making a difference in the world. And if you want to learn more about co-impact sourcing, that's super easy. Just co-impact sourcing, Google search it, doTERRA co-impact sourcing, and you'll find out more. Because the Healing Hands Foundation is another one that's part of that process. And Healing Hands is amazing, and that's another entity of doTERRA and a charity. Everyone has their own charities, right? And you probably have charities that you want to give to, even if it's the person next door, okay? Healing Hands Foundation. So today, what I want to focus on is some of you do not celebrate Christmas. The majority of us do, but there are those that don't. And what I really want to think about and talk to you about is the other side of essential oils. We know that we can put essential oil on for burns. We can use it for headaches. We can use it for muscle aches, respiratory support. We can use essential oils for so many things. But what about your emotional support? We don't talk as much about the emotional support. And I want to give you some ideas and give you some more insight on the emotional side of essential oils. First off, essential oils have the properties of being able to change the way your brain thinks. It changes the neurons so that you can express yourself, you can think about good, but sometimes that smell can bring you back the negative emotions too. So what they do is they trigger that center in our brain that has all the memories in it. So when you're smelling something and it reminds you of grandma's house, or it reminds you of some place you went to that you just absolutely loved it, right? That's what they're doing, is helping bring out that beautiful positive emotion. But what happens if we're in a negative emotion, right? How do we get ourselves to a positive emotion? And what if that negative emotion, we can change it so that we are no longer thinking about that negative emotion? So that when we bring out or think about something, and instead of us thinking a negative thought, so if we trigger that emotion or that memory of something that's negative, what if we were to change how the brain thought about it? Concept? Yes, because that is what essential oils can do. It's beautiful for helping your brain change the way it thinks about the negative emotions. Now, I have a bottle of oil, and my nose is itching, and it's lavender. This nice little bottle of lavender. There's so many people out there that, oh, I can't have lavender, I'm allergic to it, or I don't like the smell of lavender. Why is that? Why are we sensitive to certain smells and not others? Well, there's reasons for that, right? So to really have a true negative or a true I'm allergic or allergy to something, that's a true response, especially if you've been to the allergist and you know for a fact that your body cannot handle certain oils or certain products in your body, right? Like peanuts. So many people are allergic to peanuts. Or maybe you're lactose intolerant. Why is our body like that? We shouldn't be. God didn't make us that way. Okay? My personal opinion is I think man made us that way. Okay? For many different reasons. You do the research on that. But that's my own opinion. And I feel that we can help the body back into that healing process so that we're not that way. So let's think about lavender and how it works on the neural pathways to the brain. Now, most people, lavender is a very common oil. Excuse me, I'm still getting over something. I came home with it from Santa Fe, New Mexico. And even around my husband, when we go to places, and especially for around a lot of other doTERRA people or people that are using essential oils, and we smell lavender. And it's like, oh my gosh, who put the lavender on? Because it makes us want to go to sleep. Not everybody is that way, okay? It's very calming, but the other part of that, it's on the emotional side, it's the oil of communication, okay? And so we get to that point where like, oh, please bring back the peppermint and wake us up, okay? But why are so many people in love with lavender? And then why are so many people, oh my gosh, nope, back off. That's not something that I can have. When it's someone that says to you that, oh, I'm allergic to lavender, oh, I can't handle that smell, well, there's a couple of factors in there. One is it really a true reaction, allergy reaction, or do they just have this problem with smelling lavender? What is their life like? Are they bad communicators? Are they someone that kind of, maybe they're on the physical side, they're really coming out of their shell, but on the emotional side, on the inside, they're just drowning, okay? And they can't talk about their true selves, because if they are true to themselves, that might not bring out the best of them, or people may not like them, or they're just not true to themselves. So think about who that person is. What is their life like? Can they not tell others really what they'd like to say? Do they hold it up inside? Do they hold their thoughts and their feelings locked up? So lavender is one of those essential oils that can help in bringing out that verbal communication, okay? Help us to calm down the fears and take the risk of being able to talk about our true thoughts and our true feelings. Because a lot of us, we're not going there, right? Because it is a fear factor. Because we're afraid that people won't like us if we tell them what we really thought, right? But are they really truly your friends? Because if they were truly your friends, they wouldn't care. They'd look at you probably funny and go, oh, sure, I'm glad you've told me this, right? Because we need to be honest with people. And too many times we're not honest. Why do we not do that? That's kind of like, this is a really great scenario. I love it when I go somewhere and I know someone that they're sick, right? Have a cold or whatever it is that they have. And I can ask them, how are you today? And they say, oh, I'm fine. I always wondered, why do we do that? It's a lie. We're not fine if we're sick. So why do we say that? And even better yet is when I said, well, I have something that might help with that. Would you like to try it? No, I'm fine. I was like, why do we do that? Because we can't say the truth? Or is it because we're afraid to try something? What's the harm? What's the best that could happen? You could get better, right? Or it could make you feel better. But we refuse and say, oh, I'm fine. What is that? Why do we lie to people all the time? I'm sure you've done it too. I know I have. Oh, I'm fine. And then, wait, I'm not fine. I'm tired. Okay? I don't feel well. What is it that you feel? Why do we not want to communicate that? It's okay to not be fine all the time, because we're not. We're human, right? So as individuals, lavender is one of those oils, the essential oils, that helps us dig deep, right? To bring out that negative emotion that is sitting in there and blocked. What we want to do is bring essential oils so they can help us emotionally. To come from the heart. So when we talk to people or when we're saying things to people, it's bringing our emotion from the heart, not our brain. Our brain can think of things all day long, but really what's in your heart. So lavender is so good for being able to express that. Where would you put it if you're going to do this? Now, first thing, take the lid off. That's number one, okay? And smell it. And that's easy. You just take that lid off and breathe it in deeply. Do that about 3 times. It's amazing, okay? Because that is the fastest way to help your brain, that memory respond. You can, now if you're going to do a speech, you're going to speak to people, and you have that fear of speaking, or you just get that lump in your throat, or the butterflies. Put some lavender right here on your throat. Yes, open it up and relax. Let your heart come out. Now, smelling it can be just as effective as putting it here. But if you are going to speak in front of people, or you really want to bring out the best in you, put it on right here on your larynx, okay? And then also, if you actually do have a cold, that's another good place to put that, okay? Get rid of some junk. Get rid of the emotional side of the problem, right? Don't hold back. Let that help connect your heart and your soul. Let it help support you and releasing that tension and constrictions that stem from fear. Okay, let it help you express you. That's what you've got to do. And because we have past experiences, so if you're one that had a lot of trauma somewhere along the way, those traumas are triggers. The triggers from those traumas are and can be smells. And that's why when you have that negative emotion, how do you bring yourself back to a positive emotion? Well, that's easy. We're talking about lavender, right? But lavender may not be your oil. If you don't like the smell of lavender, then find the oil that you do like the smell of, that you just can't get enough of it, okay? And what you want to do is you want to make sure that you have that essential oil very dear and near to you every day, so that when your brain takes you into that negative emotion, now you have a weapon. That weapon of choice is super easy, simple, essential oil. Smell it. The one that you really, really love, when you find that dark cloud hanging over you, or you're thinking about those negative emotions, then bring that essential oil that you love out and smell it deeply several times. Let your brain stop what it was doing and bring you back to a positive emotion. If you do that enough, and this is called consistency, that is the beauty of this. If you do that consistently every single time, every time, it only takes 21 days to start a new habit. You can create a new habit for your brain. Not just the physical, it's in the emotional. And then keep doing that so that you can give your brain back that positive emotion and help you deal with the things that are hard for you. So lavender helps us communicate better. And I say that you don't use it if you don't like the smell of it, because even though you really probably need it, find an oil that you really love so that eventually you can come back to lavender and you'll love it, because you will change the way your brain is thinking and you'll change those neural pathways. I think it's awesome for doing that. And you can actually really have some wonderful emotions, and you can have wonderful experiences with using essential oils for your emotions. it's phenomenal, okay? But it does take consistency. You can't use it once, just once. It'll help. But if you want to create something entirely beautiful and better for you, then consistent. Be consistent in using your essential oils. So lavender encourages that emotional honesty and helping us speak about our inner thoughts and our desires. What are your desires, and why do we, I'm not sick, or I'm fine, right? Okay, why do we do that? So the next time that you open your mouth and you're thinking about, oh, what am I saying to somebody? Think about what it is that you really are saying. Is it true to you? Or are you just saying it because you think that's what you should say? There's a difference there. So remember that lavender itself blocks the negative emotions of lavender are blocked communication, fear of rejection, feeling unseen or unheard. How many of us do that? Or how many of us fear rejection of people? How about tension? Or do we hide in our own little world? Are we hiding? A lot of us do. We just want to stay to ourselves because it's easier. Because then we don't get hurt emotionally. And fear of our self-disclosure or self-worth. Okay? Those are all the negative emotions. So if you're feeling that, use lavender, because then what it does is it totally brings in that positive, the opposite of all those we just talked about. So instead of feeling blocked, now we're like, oh my gosh, we can tell you and express ourselves. And we're more relaxed, and we are more on the emotional level. We're speaking from the heart. We've connected that heart and soul together. And now we feel like we're being heard and not unheard. So think about too that when you're lost in your communication or feeling those stressors, okay, and you're trying to change those neural pathways, if you're feeling a negative response, if you have those negative words, find some positive words and create a sentence that's positive. That's your affirmation. So an affirmation is just a positive way of expressing you or where you want to be. Smell your essential oil and say that positive emotion, or I will replace that negative emotion with whatever the new belief is or that new feeling that you have, that positive feeling. Even if you're not quite sure, just give yourself some positive words and reinforce that. And you continually do that, do it consistently. With that consistent, you will have a better life. I promise that you will feel way better about you. I'm not saying you're going to have the riches, but the richness that comes within. That's in our heart and how we feel and how we present ourselves to the world. So the next time you pick up a bottle or you smell a bottle of lavender, what's your emotion that you smell? Beautiful. You are beautiful. We are all unique, and we all have value and purpose in this life. And I hope that you will find yours. And I hope that God gives you what it is that you're looking for. Please always feel that you're free to reach out to me at any time. And I will be happy to help you out with anything that you are interested in learning more about, and more on the emotional side if that's what you're looking for. So thank you for joining me today, and if you're watching this as a replay, please make a comment and let me know what it is that you feel, or let me know how I'm doing, or if it has made a difference for you. You guys have a great week, and we will see you next week on Christmas Eve. And I'm thinking that there's going to be a special day, so stay tuned. Bye, everybody.